Come on, Blaze.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wow. Lift it up.
Hey y'all, happy Friday. What's up? Wow. Hey. What's up? How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Happy Educational Friday. I hope y'all are doing well. Come on into the channel. Get the likes up on the video. We got a lot to discuss. Get on up in here. Come on up in here. Come on in, y'all. It is Friday. It's the end of the week. If y'all got plans this weekend, y'all ball out, bro. Have a good time. Have a good time. Yeah, it's giving put some meat on the grill weather. Have a good time. I won't be, though. I got to do my braids this weekend. I literally woke up this morning and realized next weekend I won't be able to do my braids because I'm going to New Orleans to go to Mississippi for the cemetery thing for my family. So then the following weekend I won't be able to do it because then I'll be preparing to go to Greece. And then so I have to do my hair this weekend. So I'll be popping off these bad boys and getting to braiding this weekend. But other than that, I hope y'all have a good weekend. My girl says her birthday, huh? Oh, I missed your comment. How you say your name? Here she go. Loquacious Q, I hope I said your name correctly. Happy birthday, beautiful. Happy birthday to ya. And all the rest of the Tauruses in the building. Shout out to y'all. Happy birthday, fag. And you very pretty. Happy birthday. I love that for y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Now, come on in, get the likes up on the video. Now, today, we got a little show, but before we get into it, morning announcements, y'all already know what it is. Black America, I love you more than anybody and anything on the face of this earth, which means I want to give you some information that will help you. You have to go and do your genealogy. That's the information. The information is doing your genealogy, finding out your identity, who you are, where you come from, who are the people who came before you. It's going to be the most enlightening, enrichment. That's not the word. Enriching, if that's the word. That's the word, whatever. It's going to be good. So go ahead and do your genealogy now. Go up there on Ancestry or go start talking to family or somebody. Please just go do your genealogy. Also, you got to get back to God. You know, Black America, we born with God. Even the ones of us that grow up and say we atheists, we are born with the Most High. So he's there and he's never left. With that being said, you need to tap back in. I don't give a damn what you thought you was. Tap back in by meditating, grounding, and praying. Meditate, ground, and pray. Please do that, okay? Y'all, this lady wrote me an email yesterday. She was a clear. I got to read this email to y'all. I was about to respond back, but then I said, I don't even want to give her that much credit, but it made me laugh. This clear woman came on here and said, what she called me? She put it in the caption that she was cussing me out. Sometimes I get a kick out of this. Hold on. What the lady said? The lady said, she said, you racist, you know what, or something like that. And then when I clicked on the what you call them, the email, she was saying, you're a racist piece of shit. You know, clears love using that word, piece of, you know, I think in they vocabulary, calling up somebody a piece of crap or a piece of shit. Oh, here you go. Her name, I ain't gonna say her name. If I didn't think I was gonna get in trouble, I'd have put your name out here, you pink pig. But I ain't gonna do that though. You lucky. You are very lucky, you pink pig. Because I was about to put your name out here bad. Ooh, if I ain't think I could get in trouble, see, you lucky. But look what she said, y'all. She said, you racist, bitch. You probably have a white best friend. Don't. You a trifling black hoe. Thanks. I bet you won't. She meant to say won't, but she said want. I bet you won't talk all that racist SHIT on the streets. And if you stay in New Orleans, how you have a P.O. box in Macon? Welcome to the party here. These bitches don't even know how P.O. boxes work. That's the craziest part. You got to know who you're dealing with when you get these kind of emails. So then she said, you so jealous of white people, it's funny. Heifer, black, always whining on YouTube every day. You're pathetic. Now, to this Porky Pig ass bitch who the sun bakes her down every time she walks out of the door, I wish nothing but skin cancer on you. I don't care what you have to say. And if you think that I'm racist, I'm that. Now what's up? And who gonna check me? I don't answer to nobody. Nobody. So at the end of the day, what bothers me with clears, because I had another clear woman who came on my other channel talking about, Vu, I love you, but you don't think it's racist that you calling us clear people. I think it's derogatory. I don't call no clears to my channel. Shout out to the ones who are here, but let's be clear. I don't call not Henry clear to my channel. And I could really care less if any of them ever watch me a day in their life. I don't do nothing that I do so not one clear person on the earth could hear me. I don't do nothing on this internet for a clear person. Nothing. If I had my way, I would make a reverse Jim Crow and you bitches wouldn't even be able to click on my stuff for that right there. And I get it. Everybody ain't bad, but sometimes I be wanting to make the good suffer for the bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all get this high horse and this entitlement. Like, oh, if I watch you, then you need to adjust. Or, oh, if I do this, then you need to... Ma'am, this is a new day. This is a new day. I'm one of them Negroes. I'm one of them wild engines. I don't care about none of that, okay? And I don't care if you watch me at all. I don't do nothing for you to watch me. As a matter of fact, you need to be over there worrying about the clears, what they got going on. Go watch Joe Rogan, slut. Don't come over here. But anyway, to the Punky Pig who was on my phone calling me a racist bitch, I'm everything and then some. And I wish cancer on you, bitch. Let's move on. Y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. I had to address her because she thought she was going, yay. And I had time today. It's Friday. Why not? But anyway, come on in, y'all. We got a few things to discuss. That's the thing. How can she said we jealous? I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the clears. I have outperformed and outdone every single clear that has ever come in my vicinity. And I don't give a damn what we talking about. I have never seen a clear that has made me, I have never seen a clear that has given me competition tease. Not one. From a little bitty girl before I knew why, I always looked at y'all like y'all were primitive in nature. I'm jealous of the clears. Girl, to the lady who put that in my DMs, and I'm glad you kept the email short, because you know one thing about it, I don't like reading no emails, no long emails. To you, I just want to say to you and all the punky pork pigs that's like you on here, that's hate watching. How about this?
Fuck you and your family, bitch!
Let's get into the show. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. And I don't care. And then I saw another one on YouTube, got a whole channel, girl. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I ain't asking nobody to come knock on this door. I ain't out knocking on niggas' doors like the Jehovah's Witness. I ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be one thing if I was soliciting followers. I'm not soliciting nobody. Punky pig, bitch. Let's move on. Now we got to get into why we're here. Boosie has another response to Vlad TV. People are saying that basically he did Vlad TV dirty and that basically he wrong. And Boosie wants to go very Mr. Tenderism explain, I'm sorry, why he was so loyal to the Vlad TV in the beginning. We'll get to that. Brian McKnight sues the ex-wife and the son. Now he only got one more son left, huh? And he want that one, all his money. Lord have mercy. We got to get into that. Plaqueboy Max is going around the internet obviously through TMZ, to say that he is no longer going to be, no, he got a vasectomy. Mind you, Plaqueboy Max is like in his early 20s. Propaganda, we'll get into it. And speaking of propaganda, the thumbnail, we got to get into Planned Parenthood exposed for exactly what I said they were doing when y'all go up in there and lay down and get your women's rights. What did I tell you they was doing? Did I not tell y'all they was in there eating babies? Did I also not tell y'all that they sell baby parts? I know what I said. I know what I said because I was there when I said it. I told y'all niggas. But here we go. I'm going to let the clear woman, the executive from the Planned Parenthood, I'm going to let that clear say it, and then maybe you'll hear from there. But I keep telling y'all, it's a scam. I'm not saying that black women shouldn't have the right to go abort babies if they don't want it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is things aren't what they seem. We'll get into that. DC, District of Columbia, y'all got to come up to the front of the congregation. What the hell going on out there in DC? I feel like y'all need a curfew and a borough water advisory. I was scrolling down Instagram and seen a DC teen takeover, and girl, them children was all up and down the streets. Where is the parents? I'm putting everybody on the curfew. You got to know it. What is going on? Girl, DC, that them children was everywhere. Girl, they was all in the Johnny plugs. Water everywhere. Breaking in stuff, churn, fighting, girl, churn. Oh, it was churn everywhere. We got to get into it. I don't know. Maybe DC y'all was bored or something. We'll get into it. They say not the DMV, girl. It's all the same to me. See, y'all get the one to separate. That's like the New Jersey and the New York people. We don't want to hear all of that, girl. All y'all wear Timbs. Hello. We're not about to sit up here and see who lived across the bridge. Girl, in my mind, from New Orleans, that's the DC, not the DMV. DC is the D in DMV. And from where I sit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not about to sit up here and go through all of that, you know? But anyways, I get it. I get it, DMV people. Y'all want to separate yourselves. And, I'm starting to think the DMV people are very bougie. Y'all always want to say, oh, no, that's them people over there in Baltimore. Oh, no, that's them people over there in D.C. Y'all stay saying that, huh? Child. D.C. might be very bougie up there, but y'all getting cut up today. We got to get y'all on here. New York, Tiffany Pollard is explaining that she's dead, and she looks it. So we'll get into that. And then is there anything else? I think, J. Prince Jr. Yes. J. Prince Jr. is in the hospital. His knee done swole up to the size. I was about to say something bad. But anyway, his knee done swell up, and now he got to get surgery. Now, J. Prince Jr. is younger than me. These niggas be going laid up in the hospital getting surgeries, and I'm sitting up here thinking, what y'all done did in life? Why has life beat y'all down like this? But we'll get into that and a few other things. Come on in and get the likes up on the video. And shout out everybody in the building. I hope y'all are having a good Friday. And again, please subscribe, y'all. We got to get the subscribers count up. Simply Monique, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, with my son Antoine, pronounced Antoine. So I'm glad you said that because I sure would have jacked that up. I wish my son Antoine a happy birthday. He turned 19 on Sunday. Happy birthday, Antoine, nephew. Happy birthday, nephew. Enjoy your day. Be safe, but enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend, your month, your year, and everything that you desire. Happy birthday, nephew. Shout out to everybody in the building. I had a subscriber call me and said, I got another niece or nephew on the way too. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I love to hear it. Shout out to bringing these children in the world. Let me just say this too. When we're talking about these children y'all bringing in the world, a lot of y'all are ushering in a lot of star seeds. And for y'all who don't know what a star seed is, it's basically a child that's meant to shine bright amongst the rest, amongst the collective, above. You know what I'm saying? A lot of star seeds are coming into the universe, and they have been for a while. That's why I told y'all recently, I ain't gonna say recently, but I told y'all before, if you pay attention to little kids, especially if you go on TikTok and go to scrolling through them kids have been here 3, 4, 5, 6 times before. A lot of y'all are going to be the lucky parents to usher in a lot of these star seeds. So please be mindful of that when we outside just frolicking, having a good time. One thing I will say, Charleston White said that makes sense, and I believe it to be true. You don't get to choose when you have a baby. God chooses. So all y'all out here with that Delilah spirit, Oh yeah, you could just go ahead on it in me. No, girl, shoot up the club. Stop telling that boy that. Stop telling that boy that. You don't want no churn. Stop telling that boy to shoot up the club, knowing good and well you don't want no more children. You're going to be over here crying and screaming if we find out you're pregnant. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying be mindful when y'all go out here getting all drunk and start to acting all crazy. Y'all get that Delilah spirit on you. Y'all forget, you know? I just want to be a voice of reason for some of y'all. Somebody in the chat needed that message. So please, this weekend when you buy that man, or when you buy that lady, and it get good, and them people get the hollering, oh, whoop-de-whoop, you better whoop-de-wop. You get it? Hey, y'all, I'm telling you, them star seeds coming through. Y'all come up there this weekend, whoop-de-woo, next thing you know, Monday, you be crying about the whoop-de-wop. I'm just saying. Then you're going to be on here saying, woo, I should have listened. No, girl, don't come over here telling me you should have listened, girl. I've been told you now. So y'all be careful out here in these streets, okay? Yeah, shooting like an AK-47. Child, please. Niggas be wanting to come up in the club like, girl, like that scene on Belly. Girl. Ready? Are you ready? Niggas be going all in slow motion, girl, with the cat eyes. What's going on? Oh, no, bitch. What's going on? Soon as that nigga get down there, oh no, baby. You hear that? Y'all think hearing the saxophones is a scary sound. Oh no, that's the scary sound. Ooh, girl. Steady, are you ready? You know that nigga about to Swiss cheese that bitch. You feel me? That's the one you be riding there, bitch. Like, ooh. Oh, Lord, if you get me through this one, I swear to God, I ain't going to do it no more. Lying down to God. Anyways, let's move on. I ain't trying to go all there. I'm just saying they got different sounds y'all need to be scared about. So be careful this weekend. Be very careful with what y'all got going on. Mm-hmm. Now, let's get into the show. Sorry, y'all. For real, y'all ain't never been there? Tell me you ain't never been there. Girl, talk about hearing that the saxophones, girl. Fuck the saxophones, bitch. You hear that steady, are you ready? What's going on? What's going on, bitch? That thing get the thumping. However do you want it? However. Bitch, get me out of here. Girl, I'm just saying. I done been there. I don't know about you. I'm not perfect. I done been there. Look, soon as it's over, fall to your knees, Lord, please. I'm begging you. I don't ask for much, even though you're asking for something every day. I don't ask for much, Lord. I know I don't. I swear to God I don't. And if you help me, Lord, I swear. Let's move on, child. Let's move on. Yeah, them niggas need to. In 2026, them niggas, listen. Them niggas practicing the skeet up. These niggas is practicing. Do you listen? These niggas is visualizing and practicing catching one of you bitches. These niggas is writing whole books, scripts, and stories to catch you on that bed, child. And get that song, like I say, get that saxophone. However do you want it? However. Oh yeah, you already know it's about to be Swiss cheese off in there. It's a nigga somewhere waiting on you. Somewhere out there. Wait, especially this weekend. He waiting on your ass. Be careful, girl. Be careful. And a lot of y'all feel like, well, I'm in my 40s. I can't shit. Wait on now. I done been sleeping with these niggas for 20 years. I ain't never got pregnant. This be your time. But I ain't never been on birth control. Now you're going to wish you was. I'm just saying. Let's move into the show. I'm serious now. Y'all got to be careful. It's real out here in the field. Mm-hmm. It's real in the field. Girl, J. Prince Jr. looks so bad. I just wanted to see that part. I don't care about that. All right, let's get into the show. Let's talk about deed theft There's a lot of deed theft happening off in New York with them Jews allegedly going around there stealing people's houses and things through the court system. Now, from what I understand about what's happening in New York, I can't speak on any other place. But what I hear about what's happening in New York is a lot of the Jewish people are being able to go toward the courts, and I think there's some sort of clerks of the court. And they doing these backdoor deals where they're able to go in and basically steal people's homes through the paperwork. Now, remember I told y'all squatting laws, all of this stuff was meant for everybody that's not Black American so they can come in and swiftly, legally take your things. That's what all of this stuff is for. But when I saw this deed theft situation happening in New York, it really pissed me off because a lot of times it's to unsuspecting elderly Black people, you know what I'm saying? Or it's to people who just not as educated on the law. And a lot of Black people, I need Black Americans to not do this as well. A lot of Black Americans see clears and y'all stiff up. Y'all got to stop with all of that. I wasn't raised like that. I never was raised to look at a clear person and think that they was nothing other than what they was. Thank God my mama was low-key racist too, I guess, if you want to call me racist. Because my mama never made us, or my daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like we just never looked at them like that. But I've seen other Black Americans like clench up, especially around the certain kind of clear. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. But I'm saying all that to say they use that to their advantage. Meaning them small hats or them ones with the Shirley Temple curls on the side. Which one? What they call the ones with the Shirley Temple curls on the side in the Freddy Krueger hat? Them. When they go to knocking on these Black people doors, these people don't know. All they see is a clear face, Shirley Temple curls, and they look official. And them people be holding up paperwork that most of the time don't be saying nothing, you know? But I'm saying all that to say, we Black America gotta stop being flinching up around these devils. They ain't nobody. And I'm not saying all clear people are devils, but what I'm saying is these people are not nobody for you to be clenching up. Stand your ground, stand tall. You are who you are, okay? But I saw this video about deed theft, and they were talking about how people are able to get away with it, y'all. Let's get into it, because somebody might need to hear this message.
Deed theft going on in New York. Let's play this clip.
When gentrification happens, everybody says you should have bought a home. But what happens when your home gets stolen from you? Well, I'm in Bedside, Brooklyn, and I'm here to talk about deed theft. I'm at 212 Jefferson Avenue, and unfortunately, the family that lives here is experiencing deed theft. But what is deed theft? Deed theft is a type of real estate fraud where someone illegally transfers ownership of a property into their name without the original owner knowing. Deed theft typically happens by targeting vulnerable properties such as homes owned outright, meaning they don't have a mortgage, vacant properties or second homes, and elderly owners, especially elderly owners, because they're usually not on top of their paperwork. They also
This goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. Remember we spoke about Chef Marilyn and the business and how those young girls screwed her out of her business. Remember, I also told y'all yesterday that morally it was wrong. Even if legally it was okay, morally it was wrong because they knew that that lady was in a vulnerable situation and they came in and took advantage. That's the same situation that we're dealing with here. These are people, orange juice people, who understand that they're dealing with people who are in vulnerable situations, who are in binds, and they going in legally, even though it's legal, it's morally and socially wrong. They're going in and stealing these people's stuff. It's the same thing. That's what I was trying to get y'all to see yesterday. But what I need Black America to be able to see is it doesn't matter who's doing it. It could be one of them orange juice people. It could be a Mexican. It could be an Asian, or it can even be one of your own. What I'm trying to get Black America to see is don't start and stop at the color aspect of the thing. Get back to understanding right from wrong. Get back to saying, you know what? My mama raised me better than that. Even though I know I've developed a behavior that was X, Y, and Z. I know one thing about it. I was raised to know better than what I'm doing. So basically, don't take advantage of people who you know don't know. But I get it. That's hard for most people to do. That's just how I see it.
sometimes forge documents, or sometimes they file documents to the city saying they own the property. After owning your property, they might sell the house to an unsuspecting buyer, or they might actually take out loans using your property as collateral, or they could even rent it out and collect money on your property. The craziest part about deed theft is that you might not even know that your house actually was a victim of deed theft until months later when the police show up and they tell you have to leave the property.
What's your thoughts on this?
I keep saying, as soon as you accumulate the money,
That's the first part of the game, the first phase. Phase 2 through 5 is you having to find out all the scams that people have to take your money away from you. Just like you have endless inflation, no one talks about it because it's a crass thing to do. But after you accumulate a certain amount of money, there's angles everyone in the world has to take your money away from you. This is one of them. A similar thing that's happening in claiming of businesses or claiming of IP. You have to be worried about lawsuits, endless, the list of ways people can extract money from you. And even in health, you can accumulate all this money, and then no matter how much money you have, you can get sick. And people have run tabs up of $4 and $5 million trying to get healthy, or on the lower end in impoverished neighborhoods, $200,000 and $300,000 chemo or kidney replacement or dialysis. Got to be careful. The deed theft.
And let me show you how cutthroat the business is, the industry is, or the world is. Then they'll try to turn around and sell you a mortgage insurance after they done gave you the cancer, the diabetes, or whatever that done put you out of work. So now they want to sell you the mortgage insurance, meaning this mortgage insurance is allegedly supposed to cover you in case you fall ill, right? Now they're going to give you the illness. That's coming. But they're going to charge you the mortgage insurance, and this is supposed to cover you in case you're out of work for 6 months or a year or so and so and so and so. But what you don't realize, it's all one big ass cycle. It's all one big ass cycle to keep you on a hamster wheel that you'll never get off. And this is the worst part. Most Americans don't realize the hamster wheel that they're on. I thank God I was able to see it because I was able to get out of it. But that's what they do.
Going on in New York.
Let's play this clip. When gentrification happens, everybody says you should have bought a home.
But I find this, I don't know if it's very typical in other places in America. If y'all do know, please drop down in the comments. I have heard a lot recently about this being very prevalent in the state of New York, or at least in the New York City area, the Bronx, not the Bronx, Bed-Stuy area, from what I hear, in some other areas. Now, I just left from up there in New York, and I saw a lot of them Shirley Temple Curl bastards up there. And I saw how they was in their little neighborhoods. They really come off like as if you're a visitor there. Let me say this. It's given the reason why it's more prevalent in New York City is because, remember, what's close to you? What do you have next to you? The lady, the green lady with the thing in her hand, the Statue of Liberty. She is a symbol or a lighthouse for all immigrants to say, hey, you guys, welcome on in. Come on in. You're home now. Mind you, these people are coming over here for this American dream that's promising them land, opportunity, freedom. Hello? So I find if it is true that it happens more in New York City, it would make sense because, I mean, you're literally right where they coming off the boat. Now they don't come off the boat as much as they used to do. Now they coming through the plane. But either way, I done flew into New York. It looked like a goddamn Lego movie. They flying right into their American dream. So please be mindful of that. And again, if you got people who had property that's been in their family for hundreds of years, and maybe somebody 2-3 generations don't know nothing about what's going on, then boom, that's how you get caught up. But this is why when I talk to y'all as well, get me up here. This is why I tell y'all when we speak about generational wealth, it is not just about making money. It is not about that. Creating generational wealth is a mindset. And it can't be a mindset that only you have. It has to be a mindset that is going to be passed on generationally. Meaning you got to want to be rich, not rich, but you got to want to be well off, taken care of for the hundreds of years down the line. And so does the next person, the next generation, and so on and so forth. And that communication and that bond and that situation thing cannot ever be severed. Meaning it needs to be an ongoing situation over and over and over again about this generational wealth. It has to be that way. Other than that, like I told y'all, y'all not creating generational wealth. Y'all just making a lot of money. But had those generational wealth qualities been passed on generationally, then it won't matter if it's 3-4 generations down the line. I don't know. Hold on. This property been in my family for 4 generations. I can't let this go. You've seen it on TV most of the time. TV, internet. You'll see a young couple in their 30s, 40s, 50s, most of the time in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they'll be saying, hey, I'm not selling this land. My great-great-great-grandfather bought this land after the Civil War. And And that's the generational wealth, the mindset. Because guess what? You've been messed around and you got the mindset, and maybe even the next generation. But if it falls off from there, everything you work for goes kaput. So in order to maintain, not just create, in order to maintain generational wealth, it is very imperative that you have, first of all, a family dynamic with the same mindset. But secondly, you have to have the willpower and the doggone due diligence to make sure that that gets followed through generationally. Not just for you and your kids. Not just for you to spend all the money this year with you and your children and go out there to do vacations and whatnot. No. Because that's how you combat the deed theft situation. Because I might be 4 generations down, but I know my great-great-great-granddaddy bought this house, and I know you're not about to come in here and take it. I may not know nothing about the law, but I know I need to get a lawyer and get somebody over here to stop you from coming over here and take my great-great-great-granddaddy house, or my great-great-great-granddaddy land, or my great-great-great-grandmother's salon, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset of generational wealth. But be careful out there with them deeds. And you know what? Everything done in the dark shall come to the light. All wrongs will be righted. Okay? If righted is even a word. They'll be out of here soon. Don't worry about the orange juice people. They will be out of here soon. You got to know it. They've been kicked out of, I would say better places, but they haven't. But they've been kicked out of other places. I'll go there. Okay? Now, moving on. Look at this punk here. I am so tired. Hold on. Billy Porter. So Billy Porter, y'all remember when he went to the Met Gala? And he did the big old to-do where he had the punks carrying him in on the bed. He was so gay. Oh, he was extra gay on top of that bed. Oh, he did channel the gold. I will say that. He had gold. He was dripped in gold. Everything. It was giving Egypt, bitch. It was giving remember the times. Remember the times we was at the gay club. It was giving remember the times, bitch. You and that punk got into a fight. But anyways, look. Billy Porter has now spoken out, as he always do with them rotten bottom teats. But he done spoken out to tell us that he hasn't been invited back to the Met Gala ever since. And I don't blame them people. Because why is you coming in here with all of that? All of that extra stuff. Let's get into it. Billy Porter says he has not been invited back to the Met Gala since his iconic 2019 entrance.
Going this year?
No, I'm not going. I have not been invited.
You have not been invited?
I haven't been invited back since 2000.
The bottom of Billy Porter's teeth are so brown. Not yellow. I'm talking about coffee brown. My grandma used to make her coffee in the morning, and she used to, every morning she'd get up, she'd make her coffee, and she like a lot of cream. I never really cared for it. But anyway, I noticed the color of the coffee. That's the way his teeth look at the bottom. That's why I know his breath is funky. Very nasty. Very nasty breath. Very, You know what I'm saying? His clothes might smell stale or something. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to add that on there. I am big on people's teeth. And I'm not saying you got to have straight teeth or white teeth. But if your dental hygiene is jacked up, it's going to piss me off. I ain't even going to lie. It's going to make me mad that I got to look at you and your dental hygiene like that. Yeah, you got bussy breath. Yeah, you got bussy breath.
19.
Oh, the camp year.
Uh-huh.
When you came in the gold Pegasus
That's
moment.
the only time I've ever gone and the only time I've ever been invited. And I was invited by Ryan Murphy that year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's shocking.
They did a, last year was...
Yeah, the Black Dandyism.
Black Dandyism, and I was not invited. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good.
But the reality is, when people ask me, you need to know.
The Met Gala. Are you going
Yes.
this year?
I can't stand when a nigga lay his problems out on the table and then be like, but I'm not mad. Bitch, you just laid all your woes out. Your ills and wills. What you mean you not mad? Sound mad to me? Of course they didn't invite you back, Billy Porter. You was just on here crying saying you couldn't pay your rent. You ain't had no money to go around there. Billy Porter came on the internet and told us everything he ever owned was rented. He couldn't pay his bills. He couldn't even pay attention. Why would they invite your broke ass back? And you ain't dandelion over dandyism. I remember that year. I didn't like it because I felt like it was feminizing black men. I did not like it. That dandyism shit is a bunch of punks with their suits and dresses on. It was a bunch of punks dressed like Brad and Judy for their wedding. Let me show you. Let me show you. You gotta see it to know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Brad, Judy, wedding. It was a bunch of punks. It was a bunch of punks dressed with shoulder pads, big old shoulder. They looked like this. That's what the whole theme was. That was the whole theme. Buku daggers. You know, what's the girl name? Oh, you know, Tiana Taylor showed out, huh? Tiana Taylor was the realest nigga in the room. No pun intended. Hello? Everybody looked like Brad and Judy in that bitch. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess Billy Porter thought he was gonna put his shoulder pads on and hike up his skirt and head on down to the goddamn thing. But the people said they didn't want him there. They did not want him there. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, honestly, and shout out to the gays. I love the gays. But see the ones that do the most, like Billy Porter, he need to go lay down. He really do. You had your chance, Fag. You had your chance. Did Brad and Judy go? Look at Brad. Brad killed me with the shoulder pads. Bitch, the tuxedo wedding gown. Girl, you better figure out life, bitch, and figure it out today. Do you hear me? We ain't got time for all of this, girl. You want to be dick at the top, titties at the bottom. Oh, no, girl. You need to figure it out. This heifer want to be a S. She don't want to be a TS. She want to be a ST. Girl, go lay down, Brett. Girl, please. And all them shoulder pads for you to turn around and get pregnant. Girl, get off of here. Girl, girl, I was so drove at that year, girl. All them punks and buku masculine women. Bitch, don't nobody want to see all that. Girl, please. Don't nobody want to see all of that. Nobody. Girl, I was so mad I saw that. Girl, dandelions and all of that. Girl, I say, see, that's why we don't watch this ugly ass shit. Girl, nothing but Tiana serving nigga. Tiana Taylor and that bitch serving. That whole looked like she was the first platoon sergeant for the goddamn for the Buffalo Soldiers, bitch. She coming in that bitch shoulder pads higher than all the niggas. You see what I'm saying? I saw it. Hair shorter than all the niggas, shoulder pads higher than all the niggas, stomach harder than all the niggas. You see what I'm saying? Girl, it was too much. It was too much. We discussed it on the channel. Y'all go look it up if y'all want to discuss it. It was one of those things. It was one of them morning. Matter of fact, was that one of them call morning Joces? Because you know, when I used to be in the call, when I used to be at work, man, watch out. Y'all want some classic Joces? Go to them Joces where I used to be in the car and I wasn't on camera when I was on my lunch break on morning Joces. I used to be so drove with work. I used to couldn't wait to get on this bitch and start dragging. Baby, I don't know if it was around that time, but if it was, because I used to be dragging down, baby, get in that car. Them clears used to be them piss me off at work. Bitch, I couldn't wait to go live. As soon as I see somebody, there you go. Classic Josephs was in the car. That's the classic Josephs, the ones in the car where you couldn't see nothing. But anyways, let's move on. We don't want to care about the doggone dandelion people or the Brad and Judy people. Now, what's going on in D.C.? District of Columbia, come to the front of the congregation. What the hell? Nah, I seen y'all out there with all them churn. What is the D.C. takeover? That's what I want to know first and foremost. Hold on. Let me ask Google. They be knowing. Google be up to date. What is the DC takeover? No. What is the DC teen takeover? Girl, they talking about basketball. They don't know. Let's get into the show. Let's get into what the on-site people says. It says U.S. Attorney Janine Perillo says parents are responsible for their kids, not the government. Make parents accountable and end the teen takeovers. It says U.S. Attorney Perillo says hold parents accountable to stop teen takeovers as DC curfew is about to expire. It says this comes as DC's emergency youth curfew is set to expire May 1st, and the DC Council has been dragging their feet on extending it. Both Perillo and DC Mayor Muriel Bowser publicly called the council out for not moving fast enough. The curfew was put in place after a wave of teen takeovers where large groups of minors shut down areas, businesses got damaged and got hurt. It says critics say the curfew unfairly targets Black youth in wards 7 and 8. In wards 7 and 8, y'all got wards up there? Who out the 7 ward in? I ain't know y'all had wards up there in DC, girl. Oh, go ahead on. Oh, but they got wards in Houston and they got the 3rd ward in Atlanta. Shout out to the wards. Okay. It goes on to say critics say the curfew unfairly targets Black youths in wards 7 and 8, and that real solutions must be or need to be about investigating in communities, not policing kids. Should parents be held legally responsible for whether their kids or what their kids do in the streets? Hell yeah. Come get these little niggas. Let's get into it. Oh.
Involved in this. Parents are responsible for their kids. The government is not. There is robbery and assaults and all kinds of crimes being committed. And parents need to understand that even if your kid wants to go to one of these teen takeovers or meetings or social events, that they can become the victim of a crime. My focus right now and my thought is we can start going after these parents in juvenile court. So when you arrest these kids.
Part of me feels like this is very one-sided and not telling the whole truth. Part of me feels like this is a targeted event on Black Americans. Hold on, and I'm not trying to be one of them left-wing and liberal people who be looking for excuses. But part of something in the milk ain't clean here. Because the fact that she's talking about we need to target the parents and target them, and I'm with you on that, but I don't like the oomph in her voice about it. You know what I'm saying? Something around here ain't clean.
As part of a teen takeover and it goes to the juvenile court, you bring the parents in, you sanction them, you make them a part of a parental counseling program. I was a family court judge for a minute, and I know that you've got persons in need of supervision. You can mandate the parents be a part of it. And that is a piece that is missing. The Mayor Bowser, who's done a great job in D.C., and we have worked together since I got here, is doing everything she can. But the D.C. Council, I mean, they'll take a break while the kids are on vacation. We know what's going to happen. We know how it's going to happen. And parents need to be involved. It's their job. What's got to happen is we've got to start getting the parents.
Okay, so D.C., y'all churn is outside. You know, they used to have a commercial used to come on and used to say, it's to have a clock or was that 60 minutes? It don't matter. But the thing used to say, it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Or do you know where your kids are? They used to come on every night. Because see, my mom used to make us come inside before the street lights come on. You know what I'm saying? So we got inside early enough to see the commercial. They used to do that. That was a way of checks and balances in the community when we were, you know, kind of still had our head on right. Now in 2026, you can't tell nobody nothing about their badass churn. That's why they churn be popping their ass upside the head. Okay. But at the end of the day, them churn is out there with no supervision. It's probably because the parents are outside with no supervision their damn self. You got to keep in mind, what are the age groups of these teenagers now? In their mid to late 30s? About mid 30s, maybe early 30s, maybe. You know, these are people that still want to live vicariously through their kids and be kids their damn self. They in the streets, or they somewhere at home on TikTok like this. Are they somewhere beefing with somebody on Facebook? Are they somewhere trying to get a BBL to look like the girl on Instagram? Everybody's all preoccupied. And the children is raising themselves. That movie Children of the Corn was not just about clear kids. It was about the epidemic that they set now of what we dealing with now when it comes to children. Remember, we haven't been having these issues with children not even in the last 10 years. This is all new. Our children have not been unruly like this. They didn't become unruly like this until we implemented gentle parenting. You guys let a bunch of clear people who don't know how to raise kids tell you how to raise your kids. And nowadays, I see more Black women talking about gentle parenting than anything, and it makes me cringe. That's that women's rights, what do you call it? That feminism bullshit. Look at what it's done to the kids. They don't fear nobody. They don't fear you. They slow as turtles, no shade. But a lot of these children be slow. They be slow real bad too. And I blame y'all parents too. But DC, y'all might need a curfew. The people trying to go down there and get y'all a curfew. I don't know. Maybe we need to start putting y'all back on the borough water advisory. Because it might be in the water, got y'all churning out there like gremlins. Somebody might have sprinkled some water on them churning like Gizmo. DC, if you or somebody you know got kids, at 9 o'clock, please know where your children are. And don't, matter of fact, don't just know where they at. Because some of y'all know y'all churning out there and don't care. Let me rephrase that. At 9 o'clock, please make sure your children are at home with you. We'll go with that. Because some of y'all know y'all churning out there and don't give a damn. Some of y'all got churn, hope get caught out there and go to jail. Some of y'all probably said, ooh, I hope Liberius get caught. I hope them crackers bring that little motherfucker to jail. He better not call me neither. I know how Black women is. See that little bastard there? That bitch done cursed me out for the last time. I know he out there. I hope them crackers catch that little bastard and lock him up. And you know who he gonna call? Me. And you know who I'm not gonna answer? Me. I wish that nigga, I hope they catch. That's some of y'all, and I get it. I understand. Trust me, I get it. You know, I've had those thoughts about a few people. But ultimately, let's just try to heal ourselves and do a little bit better in life. Let's move on. I know how y'all feel, girl. I know. So I done had family members in my own blood. I be looking at them like, man, look, what y'all about to do? Man, what y'all trying to do with this little, like, keep him away from me then. Oh, you can't tell him nothing? Good. Keep him away from me, because when he come around me, I'm going to tell him everything I want to say. And if he say something out the way, I'm going to bad him. I'm telling you now. It just is what it is. Now, I don't put my hand on people churn, but if I have to, keep them from by me. If your child bad or they got a small mouth, they might get popped. Say what I said. Let's move on. So now we got to get into Boosie. Boosie is still trying to prove that he was such a good slave. I'm sorry. My bad. Boosie has been on a road trying to prove to Black America that he is not the sellout Mr. Tenderism that we all know that he is. See, Boosie had been very loyal to Vlad TV. Yes, he was. Boosie was extremely loyal to Vlad TV, so much so nobody even Black could tell him nothing about Vlad. Now that the relationship severed, now he's going his own way. And Boosie wants you guys to know that he don't really move off of what you say, even though what you said was right. Even though everything you said about Vlad putting people in jail and not paying you enough, even though all of that was right, according to Boosie, Boosie is saying now that y'all need to know that he was really a good old boy to Master Vlad, okay? Let's get into Boosie explain how loyal he was to his master.
Hey, video dropping, part 1 of my interview dropping on Patreon tomorrow. I need all my fans to support it. But for the fake fans, let me check y'all for feeling like I've done Vlad something wrong. First of all, I'm the one made y'all like Vlad. All the Black community was against Vlad. He's a rat. He sends people to jail. People die after his interviews. All this shit.
Facts.
I the one made y'all accept him.
Facts.
First it was...
Let that sink in. You know what Boosie just said? Y'all didn't even like Vlad. I'm the one made y'all start liking Vlad. I'm the one made y'all start accepting him. I need y'all to stop right there. Because I need you to realize he basically saying out loud how he played with you. That's how I feel. I'm glad I never liked him. So thank God I never liked Vlad, because now I know that this nigga really played on us. But for real, he knew that Black Americans did not want nothing to do with Vlad. But because Boosie was a good old boy to his master, he used his star power and his way of having followers and getting them to accept Vlad. He said it. He said it. I got y'all to love him. I got y'all to like him. He basically, abundance and clarity. He was selling us out. That's all it was. He's saying out loud, I was selling y'all out. There you go. Look at God. Just throw that out there.
Boosie, he talk over you in an interview. I hate Vlad. Everybody go on this thing. Why does he ask questions that send people to prison? What I used to do, I stood up every time. No, they send themselves to prison. So the whole black community, everywhere I went, they was Vlad hate, Vlad hate. Everywhere I go, why do you mess with him? He is a culture vulture. All this. It was all this about Vlad.
Yeah.
I made you guys accept Vlad.
Yeah.
I steady went on his podcast and made you guys accept it.
Yep.
He sent people to jail. No, they send themselves to jail. Why does he ask questions? I don't know. All I know is he's not what y'all shaping him up to be. But the whole black community, even the rappers, you know what I mean? The rappers caught me and say, man, why you fuck with that white boy, man? Why, bro? When he do all this, why, Boosie?
And this is why I tell y'all, do not follow celebrities, because I told you celebrities are puppets. They have jobs. They're supposed to get a whole group of you niggas and have you lead you off the cliff. That's why I've been telling y'all. Y'all don't. This is why I told y'all I don't like celebrities. And this is not all celebrities. I'm talking about the active ones, the ones who actively on social media gathering up their crowds. These are people who are looking for sheep that are going to follow them everywhere they go. And they are being used. A lot of them know they're being used and are fine with it. Some of them don't even know. But the point is they being used and then they turn around and using you. And you thinking these are supposed to be people that's for us. That's for the community. No matter how many black people told Boosie we don't rock with that nigga, he kept rocking with Vlad. No matter how many rappers told Boosie stop rocking with Vlad, he kept rocking with Vlad. He telling you what he did. He telling you what he did. And now that it's Mad Day, I don't even know why he's reiterating this. I know why. He understands that most of you won't catch on to that. Most of you will just look at it and listen because most people are NPCs. But what I'm telling you is he's basically coming clean as to why you even know of Vlad. Boosie is, like I said before, the main catalyst behind Vlad TV's success. I'm not saying he is the only catalyst. I'm saying Boosie is the main catalyst for that white boy's success. I said what I said.
These the same motherfuckers now will go on a Vlad TV interview.
Facts.
So remember the hate you had for him. I made you accept him. Boosie, I made you accept him. Everybody was negative. Corona time, everybody. This was every vlog, every site I went to. Boosie, why do you fuck with him? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? I made y'all accept him. Street niggas at first did not want to go on Vlad.
Okay, because it's looping. Listen, this is the point. I thank God I never saw it for Vlad. I never really saw it for a clear man behind the camera who I can't see asking invasive questions to black people. I just never saw that within itself. The whole setup was too much for me. So I thank God I never went over there by Vlad. But let's be clear. You understand now, Boosie is explaining to you what celebrities' jobs are. It is to literally lead you astray. Now, I would ask this question. Why, Boosie, did you want to force Vlad on us? If you knew the Black American community did not rock with Vlad, I would ask Vlad, well, then why would you then go out of your way to force him on us? What did you get from that? Why? Now you're starting to ask him the right questions. Now you're getting into, oh, well, it was giving me some money, or, oh, it didn't matter if, y'all niggas got sold up the road. At least I get my land and now you start getting down to the nitty gritty. You see what I'm saying? Let's move on. Let's move on, child. Let's move to Jay Prince Jr. So did y'all see Jay Prince Jr. is in the hospital? How old is he? Why all these young people being all broken down by the bodies? What is going on? What y'all been doing all y'all lives? I know what it is. Y'all don't go outside. That's why y'all so sick. Go outside. Now, how old is Jay Prince Jr.? How old is Jay Prince Jr.? 39. Well, he ain't that. No. Well, this must not be Junior. Which one is this? Because he look different right here. Is this Junior? It don't matter. Jay Prince's son have infection, and he's in the hospital for knee surgery. Now, you know him and my little cousin is beefing. Finesse 2 times. Because Finesse was over there signed to rap a lot over there by Jay Prince Sr., who actually screwed him. You feel what I'm saying? And now he can't, you know what I'm saying, get back on his feet. And he's been begging online, talking about Finesse. Finesse has been begging online for them to let him out this contract, and they refuse to do so. And Jay Prince Jr. want to be a gangster so bad. It's just not in him. I can smell it. Lame ass nigga with money and influence. That's it. That nigga ain't got no, man, watch out. And he sounds just like his Paul. But I'm just saying, like, when I saw him, when the first time I saw Jay Prince Jr., I realized he's wearing many masks. He, under all of that, is a lame ass nigga. And I said what I said. But anyways, they said that syrup catching up. You know how Houston is now. It says, let's get into it. Jay Prince Jr. is in the hospital, and Finesse 2 Time reacts to him revealing he's going to have to need knee surgery. It says, Finesse 2 Times left a comment on Key Talk Media after Jay Prince Jr. revealed he needed knee surgery for a knee infection. Finesse has been in a heated contract dispute with him and Mob Tie's record label, and has been demanding they let him out of a contract that he says he can't, he says he hasn't made much money from, and hasn't released any mini projects as he wanted to. So let's get into it. Jay Prince Jr. laid up in the hospital at 39. No way.
Hopefully this the last time. I'm going under. Yeah, I pray for him. Here we go again. Hopefully this the last time. I'm going under. Yeah, I pray for him.
So then Finesse commented and said, God don't like ugly. Let me say this. The universe is telling the story. Finesse right now is doing extremely well on the internet. As a matter of fact, Finesse damn near owns his portion of the internet. There's nobody right now on the internet funnier than my little cousin Finesse. Not only that, whatever he missed out of his record deal, I'm pretty positive he's getting it back tenfold from the internet. I'm pretty sure Finesse is making more money on the internet than he would have ever made at just the rap career. Now, I need you to pay attention to the universe telling you a story. Finesse in his career is doing this. His health, Finesse lost weight. Hello? Finesse lost weight. Even though Suge just came home from prison. You know what I'm saying? He got Suge. They got their family. He was just on there saying that he loved the fact that she held him down when he had nothing. Things are progressing and escalating for Finesse. Whereas Jay Prince Jr. is over here laid up at 39 in the hospital with a knee like a baseball bat. Because what? He posted this saying, I think my knee is infected. You think? You think? You know, a lot of y'all don't recognize what karma looks like. And that's why this stuff goes over most people's heads. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on, but I can only gauge the results that the universe is giving to me. And what I'm telling you from what it looks like where I'm sitting way over here, okay? Where I'm sitting way over here, it looks like the person who was doing bad or the people who were doing bad are seeing their side of the karma, and then the people who wasn't doing this bad is seeing their side of the karma. Now, again, karma doesn't work like, oh, you not just because you did something good here, or I'm sorry, just because karma doesn't work to a point where you guys feel like, well, this person don't deserve it because they a bad person. That's not how that goes. It's not about what you think. It's about what the Most High, the ancestors, and the universe thinks. And what I'm telling you from where I'm sitting, the last time I saw Jay Prince Jr. and that boy talking, Jay Prince Jr. was down there laughing finesse off the damn internet for not being able to get out his contract. Fast forward, and here we are. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Hello? That goes over a lot of people's heads. Y'all better pay attention. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. I could just be a conspiracy theorist or something. You know how that goes. At any rate, let's move on. Like the video, y'all. Let's get into Plaqueboy Max. We got to get into this. OMG. Where do I start? Plaqueboy Max. Now, I told you guys that the streamers are the new puppets. The reason why Hollywood, we're getting rid of a lot of the Hollywood celebrities is because they realize they have a whole generation of dumbass kids, no shade, but they slow as turtles. They got emotional imbalances. A lot of them are spiritually unbalanced. A lot of them can't read. And all you got to do is give them clout and or what they deem to be fame and a few dollars, and they going. So because of that, they got rid of all the Hollywood, and now they moved their attention straight to the streamers and the internet, right? Now, we get to the internet, the streamers start popping. We got Kai Cenat, then we got I Show Speed, and we also have Plaqueboy Max. He started really rising up a lot around that time for me. This is when I first started seeing him, when with the beef between Drake and Kendrick. He started coming up around that time. I saw him reacting to it and how it went viral. So, okay, fast forward. Mind you, these people now have the juice. They are now the new puppets. They are going to garner attention from hundreds of thousands, some even millions of children. And their jobs are to lead your children. This is why I tell Black American parents, you can't be mad when the streets take over your kid when you're not intercepting. So, they're going to get these streamers. They're not going to let a whole bunch of them up, but just enough to have enough control. And these streamers are going to be able to control them. You want to know what that looks like? Let me show you this. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me show y'all something. I hope this comes up. So y'all can see exactly, because we spoke about this on the channel, but here it go. Yep, there it goes. Thank you, ancestors. Just so y'all can see the power that these streamers have. Y'all remember, put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember when Kai Cenat went down to New York and the whole city went crazy. Look. And this is toward the beginning of Kai's career. But this when I'm first hearing about this kid. Look at how many children came out to Kai Cenat in New York for a giveaway. Look.
Is a question as well. I can't even imagine how he would work his way out. I don't even think police officers would be able to get to him to help him out if that's what he needed at this point. It is just a mob scene down below.
Right, and it does not seem like he walked into that crowd with his own private security.
Try to get some order. Square.
Some of y'all might see this as, oh Lord, these kids, they found a new streamer celebrity and they all going crazy. That is not necessarily what you're looking at. You got to keep in mind, these celebrities are made in the lab. Kai Cenat, made in the lab. They literally created him. And let me show you how they create this celebrity on the streaming world. They give him a platform. Not only do they give him a platform, they give him the algorithm. Whatever he does is getting in the algorithm. That puts more eyes on you, right? Once the eyes get on you, they can then control the content to make sure that the people get whatever messaging, subconscious messaging, or whatever they want through through that content and through that content creator. So by the time Kai Cenat, I had first heard about him, this was my first introduction to him. He had the whole downtown looking like a damn Where's Waldo picture. Like literally, if you ever seen Where's Waldo, they used to be on the back of the cereal box, and he used to be like, "Find Waldo." That's literally what it looked like when he went out there. This is what the enemy needs. This is going to be stronger than any of those Hollywood celebrities could have ever done. One or few or maybe two of them had this kind of power. But through the streaming world, they can control everything. Keep this in mind. And this is why you're seeing a lot of streamers, iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, and also this little boy here, Plaqueboy Max, that are going viral and getting the numbers. Now, why is this important? Remember, I told y'all these celebrities, these man-made celebrities made in the lab, they literally are told what to say and what to do. And everything that they say and do is for a reason. Nobody's on here just doing this shit for fun, shits and giggles and slapping knees. Everything that these celebrities do are intentional and they are for a purpose. And this is why you'll hear crazy messaging from like the girl. What was the girl? Coco Brown, who was on here saying, "Oh, the way Martin did Pam was just so horrible because it talks about xenophobia." It's all a way to control this. Now, we already got Margaret Sanger, Megan Thee Stallion working on the young black women with the abortions. Now they want to pull Plaqueboy Max, and got him doing interviews with TMZ, who is also the enemy. And he's telling them that he got a vasectomy. Mind you, this little boy, Plaqueboy Max, got to be in his early 20s. But you got to understand, it's not about you just knowing that he got a vasectomy. His job is to say that, and other young boys his age follow suit and get vasectomies. That's what this is all about, okay? That's what this is all about. It is not about what he did personally. And as a matter of fact, he probably didn't really get a real vasectomy in real life. But his job is to be the walking billboard, just like Boosie just showed you. Boosie just told you, y'all didn't like Vlad. I made you like Vlad. This Plaqueboy Max, y'all didn't want to get vasectomies in y'all 20s. I'm about to make y'all get vasectomies in y'all 20s. Does that make sense? Check out Plaqueboy Max messaging about his vasectomy.
Decided to have a vasectomy at 23. You have obviously a lot of people, up and on, like, why are you, what was the real, like, thought process behind that? Like, it's kind of a trailblazer move, dog.
Just not ready for no babies, bro.
Yeah. Well, women, often, in this life, they're forced to kind of do the contraceptive stuff. It's kind of a feminist decision on your choice, dog.
You ever notice they never use them clear kids to do this type of shit? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I think because I'm 42. I had a procedure last year. It wasn't that hard, and it's been great for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
we love women, bro. You feel me? They protect themselves. We got to protect ourselves too.
Yeah, and now my wife don't got to worry about all that. You know what I'm saying? So like for you,
this is such a commercial. So this is the commercial. Think of it like them infomercials y'all see. Plaqueboy Max is 23. The reporter is 42. And they're both sharing their lovely stories ever since they decided to get these vasectomies. And what they're showing you is a vasectomy at 23. You're going to still have the same results as a happy life at a vasectomy at 42. That's the commercial they selling y'all. You just can't see it as a commercial because most people are still locked in on whatever they see with these two eyes. It's a commercial for young black boys and even ones in their 40s to go run down to the damn doctors and get a vasectomy. And you know why they want y'all to get a vasectomy? The same reason why I told y'all earlier when we came on the stream. We got star seeds coming in. The babies that's about to be ushered in, these are star seeds. Some of these babies gonna change the whole world for Black America. So this is why they use Black American content creators like Plaqueboy Max to do exactly what he is doing, to get you to say, oh, let me go get a vasectomy. Once you get a vasectomy, you can't undo it. And you're going to say a 23-year-old boy could get a vasectomy. On top of that, they wouldn't do it to a 23-year-old girl yet. Boy, I hope y'all are not raising followers.
Was that part of the calculation? Like, what you think when you thought about it, when you were going through, were you like, yo, you don't have to worry about you know, your woman don't got to worry about it either, you know?
Like, you know, if it comes time for me to take kids, like, people don't know, but vasectomies are reversible. There is a chance that it possibly is, like, the procedure.
Don't let them people lie to you. Yeah, they're reversible. Girl, what are the odds? Them okay. You mean to tell me y'all ever seen what a vasectomy is? I went and looked it up because you know I'm nosy. Basically, they're cutting off the freaking tube where the semen, whatever comes down and goes through the. So, there's a high chance you dead. I'm telling you now.
Procedure fails and like you can't reverse it, but there's a high chance you still can reverse it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I gotta protect myself. I gotta protect the people I'm dealing with.
Yeah,
we are feminists over here.
I like that. It's a very mature choice. I want to give you your flowers. Do you think a trend will start? Because I mean, you're a leader of the new school, man. You know.
It might, man. Everybody just gotta protect themselves. Oh shit.
You've decided to have.
Hear what that man said? You a leader of the new school. That's his job, to lead you niggas down the tubes. That's why they pay them all of that money. That's why they make all of the money that they make. They make really good money. They live very good lives because they're selling something that's priceless. You, 23-year-old boy, now you on here talking about a vasectomy. And the way the enemy works, all they got to do is make it trendy on TikTok, and then that's it. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe, people. Plaqueboy Max probably don't even really have a vasectomy. But even if he does, this is not for him to just tell you his business. It is for him to advertise to your 23-year-old children and so on and so forth. They want followers. This is why they created school. And this is why they do the internet the way that they do the internet. Because they need a whole bunch of people to just be follow the leader type niggas. Ridiculous. Let's move on. We got to get into Brian McKnight. Did y'all see Brian McKnight sued his ex-wife and his son? Now, be mindful, Brian McKnight literally just lost a kid from cancer with his ex-wife. So Brian McKnight and his ex-wife had 2 sons together, in which he's been very candid about on the internet, saying that he was never in love with her. But either way, one of the sons just died from cancer, and I guess she got one left. And now he done sued her and the last son. Let's get into it. It says, Brian McKnight files defamation lawsuit against ex-wife Julie McKnight, their son Brian McKnight Jr., podcast Mark Lamont Hill, and moreover, allegations about late son Nico McKnight. Let me just say this. Back up. Y'all are different kind of strong. Because, bitch, I don't want the nigga last name if he on the internet telling everybody he hate me. Bitch. The fuck? And McKnight don't even come with no money. So what we make money and what we McKnighting for? Get this nigga last name off of me. ASAP Rocky. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing if your husband is the prince or your husband, is one of them top tier Negroes. I'm talking about going down in history, Hall of Fame Negro, then okay, we're gonna wrestle about this name, then that's different. But Brian McKnight, girl, get this McBullshit off of the last part of my name. Please. Y'all got to stop holding on to these men. Stop that. That's why you're hindering yourself from finding you a new husband. Girl, please. No way I would have been on here saying my name, no Julie McKnight. Julie McNuts, bitch. Girl. Stop it. He done disowned you and your kids, and you still running around with his last name. And you know what's crazy? They got a lot of women who will feel like, oh, well, boo, that lady could do that. She was married to him. Keyword was. You bitches don't know how to let go. Let's move on. Was, bitch. Keyword. Now, again, unless that nigga got money and influence, then, bitch, the name stays here. The name got my daddy blood on it. If that nigga got coin and influence, I'm talking about name go down generational. Oh, bitch, the name stays here. He can have all that other stuff, but I'm keeping the name. Oh, yes, bitch, I'm fighting for that name like Tina did Ike, bitch. I'm not playing. If it depend on the nigga. Let's just go there. Depending on the nigga, not just any old nigga, the regular nigga got his name. Bye, boy. Take this shit. Please, get it away from me. You know what I'm saying? But depending on the nigga, I'm fighting. I'm windmilling behind that name. You got to know it. Gonna windmill behind it. But like Drea Kelly, bitch, Y'all holding on to last names like old dish rags. Bitch, girl, move around. Let's get into Brian suing his wife in churn. Girl, that's a shame. Even the dead one. You won't sue the one that's dead, Brian. You a dirty nigga. You know he went off with them clears, with them Asians, child. It says singer Brian McKnight has filed a defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife, Julie McKnight, their son, Brian McKnight Jr., podcast Mark Lamont Hill, and moreover allegations about his late son, Nico McKnight, 32. Now, let me pause. I do want to add about Mark Lamont Hill. I believe that little nigga be out here jugging a lot of bitches up in that little sector, in that little woke sector. You know, them left liberal woke niggas. Cause you know they say Mark Lamont Hill was sleeping with a bitch that the Prince of Pancoochie was with too. They round there swapping hoes. So why Mark Lamont Hill is on here? It wouldn't surprise me if Mark Lamont Hill was sticking that little bird in somewhere he ain't had no business. Cause I done heard about you, Mark. I done heard about you. Oh yes, done heard about you, Mark. They say Mark out there dropping off heavy bird. I don't know. I don't be on the left. Don't get the line and asking me. I'm just telling y'all what they said, okay? So anyway, let's get into why Mark Lamont Hill is even added to this, you know? It goes on to say, Nico sadly passed in May 2025 after a 2-year colon cancer battle. Before his transition, Nico, Brian Jr., and Julie alleged Brian Sr. abandoned his 4 eldest children. Oh, she got 4 kids. Only claiming his new family with wife, Liana Mendoza. In June 2025, after Nico's passing, Julie and Brian Jr. alleged Brian Sr. made zero effort to reunite with his then late estranged son. By December 2025, Brian Jr. and Julie told Mark Lamont Hill, there it goes, Nico's dying wish was for his father to say, I love you. And that Brian Sr. allegedly replied, I can't arbitrarily say I love you. They also slammed the Back at One singer for claiming they martyred Nico in a preventable cancer death. Brian Sr. said he reached out to help Nico before he passed and that his mother allegedly denied him. 2 months prior, in October 2025, Brian Sr. said he won $8.8 million after Julie failed to show up to court in an initial defamation case. Brian Jr. slammed his father again. Dang, bitch, you lost by default? Oh, now in April 2026, TMZ reports that Brian Sr. is again suing Julie, plus Brian Jr., Mark Lamont Hill, Tasha K. Oh, girl, Tasha Ballhead, Tasha? Girl, no. How Tasha get in it? Oh, girl, Tasha, you can't catch a break. How's the GoFundMe, girl? How Tasha get on this? Girl, I'd rather be anybody but Tasha Keevy. Do you hear me? I would rather be antibody but Latasha Keevy. I said what I said. Girl, they want her head. What is going on? How Tasha? Moving on. Whenever I saw a lawsuit, I just got to start assuming Tasha somewhere around. I don't know. Moving on. Whenever I see the word lawsuit, I'm going to just assume Tasha K name is coming right after it, okay? But anyway, he want Tasha head. And New York, and the New York Post for making platforming alleged allegations about him and Nico. In court docs obtained by TMZ, Brian Sr. accuses everyone of a malicious character assassination. He says he's the victim of a shockingly dishonest and sensational but false narrative about allegedly abandoning his children and refusing to tell his dying son he loved him. Brian Sr. also accuses Tasha K of falsely calling him a cheater who slept with a minor. He is seeking unspecified damages. Oh my God. Tasha girl, is you cool? Now, Julie done posted my why, always, and forever. She posted her in the churn. Oh my God.
It's been a long journey getting to this day, October 16th, 2025, but we are here in the English countryside, about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars continue to lie and keeping to ourselves, living and loving our life, as we said, leaving everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning, because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Now, from my voicemail is the voice of a liar.
Do not text Nico again. Do not call Nico again. Leilani, if you are also checking these messages, that goes for you as well. I am very serious about this. I am very serious about this. Do not text him, period. Period. Please understand that. And Brian, you know me. You know me. And you know that I mean what I'm saying.
It's been a long journey getting.
AKA, Brian, I beat the piss out you. I bet the AKA, when she said, and Brian, you know me, that's AKA, you know, I bet the piss out you. Stop playing with me. That's when you know she done been violent before. Now, she said she wasn't going to do it no more, but you're pushing her there. That's all she trying to say. Now, nigga, I told you last time I popped you, I wasn't going to pop you no more, but you know it's in me. Stop acting crazy.
I've tried, man.
Now, this is Brian McKnight Jr. He's slamming his daddy after his daddy celebrate the $8.8 million judgment.
I tried really, really hard to not touch on shit, to let it go, to be the bigger person, to be mature, to be something. But the shit going on with my dad right now, man. If y'all aren't seeing what's happening, if y'all aren't seeing the fact that this is just a very hurt and a very emotionally unavailable and not intelligent person, the person that is still have not been able to handle the death of his own mother, the things that we're seeing him go through right now, to decide to make certain posts on my late brother's birthday. Say what you want, dog, but the gloves are off for me, just to keep it real. And there's I've tried, man. And the thing about it is just like, I get it, man. You know, our parents, they're humans too. They've gone through things too. Whatever the grievances they have against each other, whatever. My issue is, though, man, you don't want me to start talking about the things that I had to deal with in my childhood, the things that I will take to my grave, the things that my brother took to his grave that we could put out there, the things that we could say as a son, as a teenager, as a 15-year-old that my brother was when we started touring, the things that we went through together, the things that we actually saw, the things that we actually lived with and dealt with because our dad wasn't emotionally intelligent enough nor mature enough to actually be a father. You don't want, and the thing about that, and without even getting too deep, man, it's like to do it on my brother's late birthday, my baby brother's heavenly birthday, his first heavenly birthday. This is the post you decide to make. That's not petty. You don't think people are going to realize that that's ridiculous? And that it's obviously strategic? Who are you trying to hurt if it's not me and my mother and our family? Who are you trying to hurt? Who are you trying to hurt, man? Which has always been my issue. Which is why way back when that started all this, I made the post that I made because I knew that this was the only thing that would get you, man. Maybe that was my fault. I've taken accountability for it. But it's become obviously clear, and maybe not even just me, and I'm hoping to the masses that we're dealing with someone that has unchecked trauma that they're not dealing with. And without even getting too deep, man. So in closing,
I don't know how many slides. This is in closing.
Man, just to keep it real, this isn't the last time I'm going to talk about this, because I've realized that maybe it's time for me to start talking about this kind of stuff. Maybe it's time for me to start not airing shit out, but being vulnerable enough and open enough as someone that has lived an insane life. I'm going to start talking about these things, man. It's unfortunate that we're going through this with my father. It's unfortunate that y'all are watching my father and my mother duke it out publicly. But what I can assure you is, though, the truth will be revealed. You'll feel it. You'll know it to be true. If you actually have a heart, if you actually have a soul, and you at the very least try, you'll see the truth. So in closing, man, just to keep it real.
All right. I'm not about to keep going through all them slides now. So what's happening is Brian McKnight ended up winning the case in October of last year because Julie didn't show up. Now, he was suing her for defamation and all types of things, and simply her not showing up is why he won the case. But then he went on to say then in October that he had more people on the list. Unfortunately, Tasha K was one of them. Lord have mercy. Boy, Tasha can't get a break. But anyways, he said he's suing everybody, and that was the son during that time in October, basically responding to his dad, basically celebrating. He said it was on the date of the other brother's birthday, and you could tell there's a lot of trauma. I'm sorry. You could tell it's a lot of trauma and a lot of crap going on with Brian McKnight. He's not happy, and he looked like he lived a wonderful life, but he ain't happy. And I'm pretty sure that Asian or Hispanic woman he's with probably running him through the mud, because that's how it be. They really be going through hell and high water with the one they at home with, and they take it out on the other loved ones. It just sucks. It just sucks. It just sucks. But anyways, this Brian McKnight thing is messy, and I'm off of it. But it doesn't. It's giving me sound about right for Brian. But speaking of, I ain't worried about no Brian. Shout out to whoever wrote this in the chat. Girl, Kenya Moore got evicted? What? They done threw all Kenya stuff out on the street. I know you lying from the Kenya Moore hair spa. What? My sheriff. Girl, wait. Who did this? Not the sheriff. They done put all Kenya stuff on the streets, y'all. OMG. Where is Michelle AT Alien, girl? Oh, I need Michelle on the case ASAP. They say that's old. Well, why is just going viral today? What is Kenya Moore hair spa? What done happened? Oh my God. You know, she was in that dispute with the owners of the spa. So apparently they had a dispute about some repairs that was supposed to be done around there. And then she had some dispute about, I guess she held the money for the rent until they did the repairs. They ended up taking Kenya to court where they were able to get a judgment and said that Kenya not only had to pay them the back rent, but she had to get up to date on, you know, as far as, well, pay her back rent and pay whatever she owed them. Now, that was the last time I heard. I don't know. Is this from the spa or is this from the house? Hold on. No, this the spa. This is the salon, they say. They say this is the salon. Sheriffs pull up to Kenya Moore's hair salon. Eviction is in progress, and her items are put outside and she's locked out. Sheriff spotted outside Kenya Moore's hair salon as an eviction is underway with items and property being placed outside. This comes after months of Kenya publicly denying she was being evicted and insisted everything was handled. You know, Kenya the one came on here and said that you need 7 streams of income. I was like, yeah, that's true. I heard that before. Girl, where your other 6? Because what? Oh, Kenya girl.
First, I have my own luxury hair spa. I'm Kenya Moore. Of course, I get served the wine and the tea. I'm Kenya Moore. Of course, I have my own luxury hair spa.
Ooh, you better not let them hoes find out about that good equipment you putting out there. You lucky I ain't got no truck. Quiet as it's kept. Because I got a white room in here and I see a couple of items I could have used. You lucky I ain't got no truck. Because see, if I had me a truck with a bed on the end, or if I had me a main with a truck with a bed on the end, I would have been on my way up there to pick up me a few items. Oh, yes. Girl, listen. That's some nice furniture out there. Say what y'all want. That's some nice shit out there, King. You don't buy nothing cheap, girl, please. I sure would be on my way up there with my truck. Sure would. Girl, please. Soon as the sheriff leave, it's free game. Soon as the sheriff leave, it's free game. Y'all ain't never seen nobody get evicted before. Welcome to the party. You're late. Soon as the sheriff leave, bitch, you supposed to go shopping. Girl, bye. Girl, the way I'd have been on my girl, listen, Louisiana cooking with Casey, I can use your truck. You can use my truck, boo. Shit, drop that bitch where you live. For real. I sure would have been picking me up a few pieces. I got an all-white room over here. Child, I could use that. But anyway, we'll have to Joce this a bit more on Saturday. We got to wait for Michelle, AT Alien. Shout out to Michelle. She be up on this. She be knowing about all of this. I can't wait till she go live and see what done happened. Because, girl, what? Ooh, Kenya said she was not getting evicted. Well, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. That is a shame. Let's move on. So now I want to get into, you guys, The Walking Dead, a.k.a. Tiffany Pollard. Is that how you say her name? New York. New York. Y'all remember New York from Flavor of Love? Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up a better picture so y'all can see before we get into why we're here. Hold on. Poor Kenya, girl. You too pretty to be getting kicked out, bitch. Pretty girls don't get evicted. Girl, what? Oh, no. Beautiful. Girl, Miss Universe people don't be getting no eviction. Girl, you different. Girl, what is going on? This is beneath you, Kenya. Girl, I need you to pull it together. What was that? Oh, New York. Tiffany. There she go. So, y'all remember Tiffany Pollard? Is that how you say her name? Y'all remember her from Flavor of Love. We were all children watching Flavor of Love, even though we shouldn't have been. But still, I don't think I was a child, but we were all watching Flavor of Love back in the day. And if y'all remember what she used to look like, let me see if I can find. This is what she used to look like. This is what New York used to look like when we first met her on the Flavor of Love show. New York would then go on to have her own show called what is it? Flavor New York? New York something. I Love New York. That was the name of it. The show would go on to be I Love New York. We love that. Tiffany is one of the pioneers of reality TV. All colors. Let's be clear. The only person that I would put right after Tiffany Pollard is Lanithia Leakes. Everybody else comes after that, okay? But before we knew about reality TV, the way in which we knew about it today, it was Tiffany Pollard who introduced us to it. Now, this is what we remember. Now, as the years and as the seasons of Flavor of Love went down, she started to change. And then she just kind of disappeared, right? And when I say she started to change, meaning like she started to get a little work done to her. No, she started with the boobs. I remember that because the first season, she didn't have no titties. She was shaped like a number 2 pencil, okay? And then the second season, I want to say she came back with the titties. And the titties was tittying, but she was shaped like one of them clears who get the boob jobs when they got rich husbands and all of that. You know, heavy at the top and nothing at the bottom. So then after that, she went and started tweaking her face and messing with stuff in her face. And we was just like, okay, girl, you scaring us, giving us little Kim teeth, but okay, girl. And then one day we looked up and New York looked at like this. Look.
Hi, you guys. I swear, I'm such a simple HBIC. Hot dogs, loud music, and room temperature wine has me. Like, that's all it takes to make me happy. But let me be even happier. Go meet me on Cameo, you guys.
Why her eyes like that? Why her eyes like that? Her eyes ain't never. Nah, she do look like a Muppet. The point is, she went from looking one way to this. It even got worse. She started putting white makeup on.
She brought forth a storm.
Who the fuck is this? She looked gray. That hoe look like a skyline. She look great. Who is this? Who is this? Clone much? Reptilian much? Not New York much? Cause what? Now, this is my belief. I believe that there are reptilians posing as celebrities. I believe that the celebrities we used to know, I don't know if they dead or if they're off on a damn island or if they just incognito somewhere. But I believe that a lot of reptilians are taking the place of our celebrities. And I believe that they're cosplaying a celebrity. And that's why when we see them after a while, we be looking at like this. I'm telling you, and I think she's one of those people. I believe that she's one of those people posing as Tiffany Pollard, but that's really a reptilian or some shit under there. I don't care. That is not the same girl. It's no different from Gucci Mane today versus Gucci Mane of 2005. That is not the same goo-wop, and this is not the same Tiffany. I said what I said. I said what I said. But fast forward, Tiffany Pollard does this interview where she basically says that she's dead. And then it explains everything I needed to know. Now, people gonna call me a conspiracy theorist and say that I'm tripping and you go as far as boo, and I'll take that. But I'm telling you now, when it all said and done, and I told y'all niggas out there, don't come running by me when the zombies come get y'all crazy ass. Let's get into the show.
You're looking at a dead woman. I've already died. I'm not alive. I inhabit this shell, but this is not me. The security has already been laid. The groundwork is already written. Te telestai. It is finished. So when you see me, you see a ghost. But I'm here to have a human experience. But you said something about killing someone because I'm already dead.
So that was Tiffany Patterson. Most people remember her as New York, who was on Flavor Flav's reality TV show from back in the day. What you've just witnessed is someone who has totally turned themselves over and is under complete and total demonic possession. A lot of people don't want to accept this. The remnant saints have been trying to warn you all that there are a lot of people who walk among us who have already been handed over. Instead of crucifying their flesh and surrendering to Christ, they've crucified their spirit and surrendered to Satan. They are the real life walking dead. What we are trying to teach you all about her will be easy to digest because many of you can look at her and tell. But there are so many more, and the mass majority of them are walking around in plain sight. You see, you can judge her book by its cover because her cover is showing you what she carries on the inside. But for most of them, you're going to have to judge them through your spiritual eyes because the cover does not match. And those are the wolves in sheep's clothing who have decided to die in the spirit and to take as many souls with them as possible to hell. There were people in the comments that were saying, well, she's just talking spiritually. Yes, she is. She made the choice to crucify her spirit so that that demon could have a human experience. As a matter of fact, that demon claims to be over 2,000 years old.
I am over 2,000 years old.
Okay.
You can't get rid of me.
The Bible says that if it were possible, even the elect will be deceived when it comes to the false Christ and the false prophets. So if the elect are going to have to look twice, those of you who say that you're in your process of sanctification, you all better look about 4 or 5 times. You can look at her and tell, but don't forget about the demons who hide in sheep's clothing. Don't be the silly women led astray, and don't be the person with the itchy ears. Read your Bibles, apply your Bibles, and then stand on Bible.
And this what I be trying to tell y'all. Shout out to this beautiful sister. This what I was trying to tell y'all. When y'all talk about the Bible talk and the Bible stuff, right now is the time for us to be reading the Bible to get to understand what's happening today. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be reading the Bible to find out what the hell going on today, because the answers are definitely in the book. But let me touch on a few things that the lady said about Tiffany. Tiffany is not Tiffany. That is not the same New York that we knew from Flavor of Love. I don't know who or what that is. I know what it appears to be, but that is not New York from Flavor of Love. And when they say stuff like, oh, I'm over 2,000 years old and you can't get rid of me, a lot of people do call in demons to come and overtake their bodies. Some of y'all don't know it, but y'all got demons that overtook y'all. You get so comfortable with the demon on your body, you forget that the demon there. You start taking on the demon traits and start thinking that that's really you. Whole time it's a whole entity. But when it comes to Tiffany Pollard, she probably went and did some real witchcraft. I'm talking about really went, sat down and did some shit and got some sort of energy or entity inside of her. She doesn't even look real. Let me go to her page. She don't even look real, bro. And it's not just about her physical look. Look at her. Man, look at her eyes.
You see how insane everyone was? I heard drug words.
Sally, what are you talking about? They're at their desk now.
Bruh. I hear her. I see her. I hear her voice. But bruh, that is not what I'm looking at. Bruh, no. That's something very weird and off about that lady. And it's not, some people might look at it like, oh, well, she lost weight, or oh, she's got a glow up, she's got more work done to her face. But that's the way to confuse you too. They get all that work done so that you can chuck up whatever differences you feel on that. So for instance, I'll look at Tiffany and be like, something different about her. And then my brain will tell me, oh, well, she did get work done to her face. So then it'll be like, oh, well, maybe it's that. No. Your soul is recognizing that something is not right. That's not Tiffany Pollard. That's not who that is. I don't know what that is or who that is, but I'm telling you now, that is not the New York we met on Flavor of Love. And why is this important? Because I told y'all we walk amongst these beings every day. We literally walk amongst these beings every day and we don't even know it. Some of us are sleeping with these beings every single day and we don't even know it. And all it takes for you to have a demon spirit on you is to be activated or living in demon energy. And it's definitely coming to you. You won't have to ask for it. It'll come and find you. Negative energy breeds negative results, okay? And negative demons. Now, for the final thing I wanted to talk to y'all about really quickly, Planned Parenthood. Get Planned Parenthood up here. Let's get into Planned Parenthood. First of all, I don't know how, if y'all don't know about this, but if you don't, I'm going to give you the quick Cliff Notes. Planned Parenthood is not for the benefit of Black Americans, okay? It was literally created to kill and not euthanize, but kill and perform genocide on Black American women, okay? That's what it was about. It was a way to stop the source of us reproducing and bringing in healthy babies. Everything that Planned Parenthood stands for is not for what you think. Even the birth control is designed to kill you. Margaret Sanger, Walter Plecker, all these clears believe that that Black Americans should be exterminated. They believe that we should be literally wiped away from the earth, and all of their life's work was about them making sure that happened, okay? Now, because we got celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion, who became the brand ambassador for Planned Parenthood, most of the young girls today don't know that that's actually Megan Thee Stallion representing the devil. But she's the devil herself, you know? People might look at it like, well, no, because some girls need abortion. Yes, some girls need abortions. Yes, sometimes some girls need abortions. But the fact of the matter is, this has nothing to do with reproductive health. It has nothing to do with health or reproduction. This has everything to do with these beings that walk amongst us and some that we don't see and walk amongst us, and they're feeding their appetite. What is their appetite? I'll tell you. The appetite is human flesh. Babies. Not just any old babies, though. They'll take any babies, but they have a very specific baby that's very, very high in value to these beings. And that baby is the Black American baby. This is why you'll see a lot of rappers promote Planned Parenthood. This is why you'll see a lot of rappers promoting unsafe sex, all kinds of things to get you to get pregnant or get on birth control or go down there and have an abortion so that these people could eat your babies. They eat babies. Like literally eat them. Like you eat food. They eating the babies. Chewing them. Putting them on the plate. Cooking them. In real life. like in real life. Nobody want to talk about that though. But I said it a long time ago and people said I was a conspiracy theorist. Well, the clear woman who happens to be an executive for Planned Parenthood actually admitted that they be eating the babies. Allegedly. Let's get into the video. But again, a lot of niggas, it's that same mindset that we had during what do you call it? It's the same mindset we had when it was time for us to be free from slavery in 1863 versus 1865. A lot of you niggas gonna end up in extra years of slavery because you just don't want to hear from another nigga. And that's good for your ass. Let's get into it.
It's been years since I talked about compensation, so let me just figure out what others are getting at. If this is in the ballpark, and that's fine. If it's still low, then we can talk about it. You will. I want a Lamborghini. I said I want a Lamborghini.
Don't we all, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's been years since I talked about compensation, so let me just figure out what others are getting at. If this is in the ballpark, and that's fine. If it's still low, then we can talk about it. You will.
Wait, I don't think this is the right one. My bad. This the wrong video. This the right video. It says Planned Parenthood executive caught bragging about selling aborted baby body parts and harvested organs, revealing how lucrative it is. I want a Lamborghini. Got it. So she's speaking in code. Lamborghini means baby. Okay, let's run it back again. Oh, let me put the volume on.
Let me just figure out what. It's been years since I talked about compensation, so let me just figure out what others are getting at. If this is in the ballpark, and that's fine. If it's still low, then we can talk about it. You will. I want a Lamborghini. I said I want a Lamborghini.
Don't we all, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's been years since
I guess it's like the pizza term that the celebrities use for kids. Y'all know about the Pizzagate situation, the alleged pizza thing, where it's a bunch of weird, clear celebrities and some Negroes too that run around there abusing babies and stuff like that. Okay, from what I understand, the Lamborghini is supposed to be representation of the babies. But let me just say this. There's a book you can go out and buy from the Shylight's son. I cannot remember his name, but it's a book about the Shylights. And this boy, I spoke to y'all about it. This boy has literally came on here and talked about how celebrities really eat babies. He even spoke about how some of them, and I talked about this before, but he talked about how some of the people who are eating babies, they have actual women in houses that prepare. They store the babies in these freezers, right? And then basically whenever people need to come through for rituals or if people need to sell or buy, they hold the babies hostage. Matter of fact, I'll show you one better. Was that New York? What that was where they found them babies in the freezer. Hold on. I think it was babies found. Let me see. Let me show y'all. Like, this should be real. Look.
He showed us a photograph of a wrap box that was in his freezer. He said his mother kept it inside their freezer for decades and told him to stay away from it. He opened it after she passed away.
There was a pink blanket, baby blanket. And when I reached down and touched it, and I could feel a foot, and I could see the baby's head with hair was still attached to it, smooth.
Police responded to the building early Sunday morning. They called the death suspicious. Smith told them, as strange as it sounds, he never looked inside that wrap box, thinking it was a frozen wedding cake. He says it was a shock to him when he discovered the baby.
Who absolutely keeps their own child in a box for this long and never talk about it and never... I just have so many thoughts, and it's just insane.
He's distraught thinking about the possibility that that child may have been his sister and what his mother may have done.
I have to wait for the autopsy to see if that baby ever took a breath. And I cannot help it to think she might have done something to it. I just can't help it.
He wonders if he'll ever know the truth now that his mother is gone.
it's tragic. I mean, this gentleman just recently lost his mother, and to add that to it, I mean, my heart goes out to him. I just hope he gets some answers.
I wanted some kind of closure, and I feel like I may never get any closure because my mom's gone.
Smith says as a child, he remembers his mother once speaking about losing a child at birth, and says only recently a relative told him that his mother once gave birth to twins, giving one up for adoption and losing one at birth.
Now, let me make you laugh about this story, right? Because this wasn't the only story. They had buku stories where women or somebody was dying or something, and they go in the house and they find freezers full of babies. What they found was that these people were harvesting and holding babies so that they can sell them. Kind of like some underground, I don't want to call it an underground railroad type of shit, but really on that type of type of time. It was kind of like under the table, we trafficking dead babies, if it makes sense. But these babies were for consumption and for you to prepare them for whatever it is it was for. But these are real babies. Now, in the story, they made it seem like his mama may have had an abortion years and years ago, and that was the baby. No, because that wasn't the only one. It was another one in New York where they found a freezer full of babies. And the same thing was in that Shylight's book when that boy said the Jacksons came over there for their ritual before they became famous. He said that his mama, one of the Shylight's wives, were the woman who held the babies at her house. They said they had a basement and a large freezer, and that freezer was filled with dead babies. I swear to God, go get the book. It's crazy. And he said that when they came over there, his mama was in there preparing the babies, and that she was one of the many that held on to these babies whenever these celebrities needed one. And it ain't just the celebrities. Sometimes it's regular people, billionaires, millionaires, all kinds of stuff. But they use code words like the lady Lamborghini from the Planned Parenthood situation because they can't be overt. Same thing as pizza party with the kids and things of that nature. Listen, this stuff, I don't know if that came out in the FBI files because I never went to look, but I'm pretty positive that stuff is in there. I'm telling y'all now, nothing is what you thought it was, and these people have been playing in your face. I get it. There are situations where some women may need to abort their babies. I'm not saying nothing about that, but to use abortion as a birth control method was strategically done. They want Black American women to go out and be frivolous. Bad enough, you might catch herpes or AIDS when you get out there. So if you lucky enough to bypass the herpes and the AIDS, and you be unlucky enough to get pregnant, they want you to be so frivolous to where you find yourself in a corner and you just run straight to Planned Parenthood and give them your babies. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be frivolous, be stupid, be ignorant, keep getting pregnant, and keep feeding that animal your babies. Facts. But again, they'll say that I'm a conspiracy theorist. In 2026, if y'all still calling people conspiracy theorists, I feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? But again, maybe when Twitter tell y'all, that's what it's gonna be. When Twitter tells the world, then they're gonna be like, oh my God. And it's gonna be the same reaction I had when the FBI files dropped about all of that stuff that was going on with Epstein. Duh. The conspiracy theorists been telling y'all. Y'all don't listen. At any rate, that's all I got for today. Let me read a couple of more super chats before I hop up off of here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Kim Gladney, hey boo. Thank you for the super chat. Says good afternoon, my little cousin. Just had to say hi. Hey cousin. How you doing? Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you. Lil Smoke 888. Thank you for the super chat. Says they doing teen takeovers here in Detroit too. I think it's another organized movement. Yup. Similar to Antifa. There you go. I actually seen it. It looks put together. You know what's crazy, Lil Smoke? I'm willing to put my neck on a chopping board that is exactly what it is. Remember, people don't understand organized noise because they don't know that the noise is organized. They get too busy caught up in covering their ears. They don't look with their eyes to see where the noise is coming from. But the fact of the matter is, it would make all the sense in the world if they didn't gather up a few kids the same way they do for the riots, the same way they do when we protesting with the bricks. Like putting the bricks in the middle of the road so we can all go throw shit. I believe that. I believe that with every fiber of my being. I'm more than likely to say that that's what it is. Because they know most people are too distracted to pay attention. Unfortunately, that's sad. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lil Smoke. Bridget Creations Videos. Thank you so much for being a member for 23 months. Says, my big babies and spending the days with you. Whatever they used to be saying. I never understood what they used to be saying. But who I said, like, oh, Tiffany Pollard looked like a muffin baby. Child. Thank you, Brizzy. Jamie Williams, thank you so much for the super chat. Jamie Williams 333 says, her mom says that she is a Rothschild. I may have to go down that. Oh, she did? What? Hold on. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Because what? Because now we talking about bloodline. Remember I told y'all we need to start talking about the bloodline? Remember I told y'all, I said y'all ain't gonna really know what's really going on till we start looking into these bloodlines? What? What is this? Michelle Rothschild Patterson. Is that supposed to be her mama name? Or is that Tiffany name? Michelle Rothschild Patterson, also known as Sister Patterson, is known for her work in reality television and being the mother of reality TV personality Tiffany New York Post. There you go. Now you want to know how she get up here? There you go. Man, let me explain when I say we need to start digging into bloodline. Let me explain for the people in the bike. See, you don't understand the hidden hand behind the things that are happening today. Most people won't even wander off to figure out what the hell is going on. But what you don't know is a lot of people are deeply connected behind the scenes. It's kind of like the same thing with President Trump and President Obama. Remember, it was a shock to the rest of the world that they were actually at a funeral hanging out and let me go pull that up. I'm going to show y'all because I got to show y'all. I got to show y'all so y'all can understand. I'm a visual person so y'all can understand exactly what I'm talking about. Trump. Hold on. It was at the funeral. Who died? The peanut white boy. Trump, Obama funeral. Let me go put him up. Remember this video, everybody seen that went viral and people was getting mad. People was like, oh, how Trump gonna be all up on Obama and they act like they was beefing. Remember, I told you that the funeral was simply a family reunion because I said all of the presidents are related. I said, aha, nanny boo-boo, gag is on y'all because y'all really think Trump hate Obama, but that's his cousin. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. I know what I said because I was there when I said it. I said, y'all sitting up here. I said, Obama got y'all hating Trump and Trump got y'all hating Obama. But what y'all don't know is behind the scenes, they blood related and they really cool. They basically laughing at y'all. That's what I said. But it goes back to bloodline because Barack Obama is a black man. No one would ever tie these people in any sort of relation. But the fact of the matter is the reason why they're in the positions they are in is because they are related. It is because the bloodline that connects them. And it don't just stop at politics, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No. It doesn't just stop at politics. It goes all the way into entertainment, sports, everything you know has a relation to bloodline. Your local celebrities, your local politicians, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are there literally because of who they are related to. Bloodline. So to find that Tiffany New York Patterson is a Rothschild, now it makes all the sense in the world. Next, Black America, I need you guys to erase out of your mind that everybody evil is white. Work on that this weekend. take it out of your head that your only enemy is a cracker. Because then we're going to get into who's really behind the cracker. And then you're going to find out that the person who really hates you looks just like you. We'll figure that out on another episode of Dragon Ball Z, okay? We got to get into them bloodlines, though. We got to get into them bloodlines, okay? Mother Tree and Moon, thank you for the super chat, says Tiffany may be possessed by the Akon Yadobot or Yadoboth. I don't know what that is, but it sounds, honey, it sounds horrible. Child, let me hop up off of here. I love y'all. It's Friday, Educational Friday. We'll be bike here in a minute. You make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out for that. Make sure y'all take care of yourself and each other. And if I ever help you with anything, child, don't pay me back. Just pay it forward. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.